Hello, hello. How are you today, Miss Kelly?
Hanging in there.
Oh, I forgot. Welcome to the Oxford Downtown Diaries. I need to practice.
It's fine. We're still your dynamic duo, no matter how hard it is for Kimberly.
It's been a long week. It's been a
It
long
has
week.
been a long week. It's about to be a long day.
It is, and we haven't even really gotten started. Well, you have. I
have.
haven't
I
really gotten
started at
started.
8 in meetings this morning, back to back.
But here we are. So we have a new guest this week. Is
Yes.
it your favorite guest?
It's
would you
always
say?
my favorite guest.
I prepped her and just let her know that you'd be announcing that she's your favorite.
Perfect. This is what happens when I'm late. She talks about me until I get here. So,
It was all good, though,
Cassandra,
right?
welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
So excited. You're our newest boutique in town.
Yes, I am.
Cassandra and Co. And
Yay.
tell us how it got started.
Yeah, so I actually started my boutique 4 years ago online, and the name was Sunkissed and Sandy because I wanted like a Great Lakes life clothing boutique, and I wanted it to have kind of a beachy name, but everybody affiliated me with Sandy for some reason. So
Oh.
like people would walk into like my booth at vendor events and they'd be like, "Hi, Sandy," and I'm like, "Cute, but not my name."
Aw.
So when I kind of rebranded this year, I was like, okay, I should think about like a different name and maybe tying it to myself. So that's how I came out with Cassandra Co. And then I opened my brick and mortar in May. I signed the lease in March, moved in the whole month of April, and then opened on May 4th. So I'm new to the brick and mortar scene, but not new to the boutique world.
Gotcha.
Yeah, awesome. And what was it that you just wanted to have your own brand, have your own clothing line? What was the driving behind that?
So I have always been like the fashionista, like always loved clothes my whole life. I worked for a really popular Midwest retailer called Maurice's for like 3 years. And that really like kickstarted not just like I already had a love for fashion, but it really kickstarted my desire to like run my own boutique and like bring in my own styles and style women and like get to do my own thing. So when I left there, I've, been out of the retail game, as far as like being in a brick and mortar every single day for like almost 6 years. And going shopping, like I didn't see me. I didn't see my style. And it was very hard because like I'm a young adult, like I was just getting out of college. I was kind of going into the corporate world. I didn't see any representation for like my age group at all. I saw teenagers and then I saw older women, and I didn't see anything in between that felt age appropriate but also still felt really trendy and cute unless I was wearing something like down to my ankles or like a crop top. And maybe that sounds dramatic, but if you walked into Target at the time when all this was going on, that's absolutely what you saw. It was like Little House on the Prairie or crop tops with Care Bears on them. Like, what is
No.
going on?
Yeah.
This is right, so right.
Yes.
I talk to my mom about this all the time because, she's one of the other boutique owners in town.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where is the vibe of the working woman who is young but still wants to be fashion forward?
Mhm.
It is so hard to find.
So
It
hard
is.
to find.
It
yeah.
is.
So that was like a really big driving force for me, was like, I want to be that in between for women who are in my age group, even if they're not in my age group, but they still feel like, I don't want to dress as old as some of these stores want me to dress, or I don't want to wear a crop top. That's not appropriate at my age, or like, I don't feel good in that. I wanted to be that in between where you can still feel super cute and still feel appropriate for your age.
Or how about the women who want to wear the crop top, but we just shouldn't?
Right. So that's kind of, the driving force for me. And then also being a place where women of all sizes can shop too, because I carry small to 3X, and then I started carrying extra smalls as well. So I really like to think that I have a very diverse selection, and I'm here for women of all types.
And you have such cute stuff.
Thank you.
You do.
Thank you.
It is. Oh my gosh, I can't walk in there without thinking,
I
okay,
know.
I want that and that
Mhm.
and that. And
I
every
never-
time we see you,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my gosh,
You
you're
look
adorable.
So cute. We never bring money in because we know we're going to spend it all.
Right.
We'll have to come in strategically to spend the money.
Yes, yes.
Come in with like a plan
Exactly.
and like blinders on,
A
so you
budget.
can't see what else is in there. I literally had a couple ladies, like I was unboxing new inventory, and they had just like bought a bunch of stuff. And they were like, what are those boxes over there? And I was like, well, that's new inventory. I haven't even unpackaged it. I haven't tagged it. I haven't steamed it. And they were like, well, why don't you just go ahead and open it?
And they shopped right out of the
Yeah,
box.
literally. They
that.
were like,
That is-
oh my gosh, so cute. Like I was pulling dresses out. I'm like, these are so wrinkly. I'm like, this is not the presentation that I want to
Yes,
give you. And they were like,
yes.
we don't care.
Yeah.
Like they're so cute. We just want to see what you have.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's amazing.
So what made you look, because you're not from Oxford originally, correct?
no, I'm not.
Okay, so what brought you to Oxford? What made you even consider Oxford?
So I love this area, and I will be so truthful. I had never stepped foot into Oxford until I went wedding dress shopping.
Okay.
And I went to Nora's Bridal, and I had such a great experience there. They were so great, but it also got me to like look around, and I was like, I never knew this was here. I never knew Oxford even existed. I hadn't spent a lot of time in Lake Orion. I'm actually from Memphis, which is out near Port Huron, not Tennessee. For anyone listening who has never heard of Memphis, you probably haven't because it's only 1 square mile. We have 1 traffic light. So I'm from a really small town, but I hadn't been in a small town community in a very long time because I went to college in Saginaw, and then my husband and I moved to Sterling Heights. So, I was really drawn to the community and the downtown area, and I just thought, oh my gosh, like this place has got it going on, and I really love it here, and I could totally see myself in this environment. So that was really what drew me.
That's awesome.
That's so cool. So
And-
glad to have you
Yeah.
here.
Thank you.
And you're going to do pop-ups around Oxford, right? Including our markets
Yes.
on Thursdays.
Yeah.
So we'll see you later tonight too.
Yes, you will. That first one last week was such a good experience, and I was like, this is awesome. I love it. There's so many people that come out for these events, which is really a testament, I mean, to you guys too, like organizing these events around downtown and getting people out is so awesome because so many small towns and downtown districts try to put on events and nobody shows up for it. You know, and it's so awesome the community that you guys have really like, you know, cultivated around here, and like everybody shows up for this stuff, which is just so cool to see.
Yeah.
You see a lot of the same people every week too, like
Yeah.
showing up for like the
Yes.
concerts in the park and like the sip-in shops and things like that going on downtown. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. And I was so impressed by your setup last
Oh,
week. And
yeah.
if you weren't there, come out and see you today from
Yeah.
4 to 7 because I'm like, oh, clothing. Like I wondered how I was going to do at the market. And before you know it, she has like the cutest little changing tent.
Like a little pop-up tent to change
and
and to
so
try her stuff
you
on
can
it.
try it on.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, she's going to do great because because I think people are just fearful to buy stuff that they can't try on. But I'm like, well, that solved that problem.
Yeah.
And it's adorable.
Yeah.
Thank you. I used to have like this one that I could like fold up and literally put it in a bag over my shoulder, but it was so light and it would kind of blow away, and like, you know, people don't really like that. So I got this new one and it just pops out and it's so easy to assemble, and I was like, oh yeah, this is going to work great for me.
Yeah.
So cool.
That is awesome. So what types of products do you have for sale in your store or online?
Yeah, so I have an array of different styles. I have a lot of really great sundresses for summer. I've got maxi skirts. I do skirts, but let me just be clear about this. You will never see a mini skirt that does not have shorts underneath it. in my
Amen
Okay.
store.
to that.
Ever. If it's a mini skirt, I promise you it has shorts underneath, or it's a pair of shorts that looks like a skirt.
Gotcha.
It's magic. So I have a lot of dresses, skirts, tops. I have some really fun accessories. I like color, so you'll see a lot of color in accessories at my store. A lot of fun textures and patterns. So I really like to play with that kind of stuff. But I'm really into outfit building. So everything that you see in my store has a mate or it's got multiple
Okay.
mates. So I always want to get styles that you're not just, oh, well, I have this, I have nothing to go with it, or I have to find something at home to go with it.
Mhm.
Nope, I've got at least 1 or 2 things in my store that are going to go with that specific top or with that specific bottom, so you don't even have to think about it.
That's awesome. That's
That
so
is so cool.
nice.
And that does make more sense now after coming in your store
Mhm.
that is your vibe, because when you walk in there, it's so aesthetically pleasing because you have your colors and your textures and everything together. So that makes sense now because you're right. Everything goes with something else.
Yeah, I like to tell a story with my merchandising. That was something I definitely picked up working in the retail world in Maurice's was everything needs to tell a story and it needs to flow really nicely. So when you're looking at the rack, you should be able to see the outfits.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I
know.
love this. I'm
I-
learning so
yeah,
much.
I
Can
feel
my
like-
closet tell a story?
It
It
can.
does tell a story.
Right now it says I'm a hot mess.
But I think that's like perfect for people that don't, I would tend to think, especially if you don't want to go to the larger malls or larger stores, to go into a smaller boutique and to be able to get an entire outfit with accessories, walk out, and just have what you need ready to go. So that's very, very smart.
Absolutely. And say time saver, right?
Yeah.
Because you can literally park right in the back of your
Mhm.
store, go in, you're there to help them. You have the experience and they can get the whole set and be out the door.
Yeah.
Exactly. Come in and let me style you. It's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Deal.
I know. I was like, okay, when?
I love that. So I know that, and we won't go too far into it, but your sweet boutique that is absolutely stunning. You've had some water issues. Unfortunately, Mother Nature, just the rain came in. So you now are focusing on pop-up shops around until we can help you find additional space. But can people find that information someplace? Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am popping up wherever I can right now. I just want to really quick give a shout out to the business community in the downtown Oxford. I've had so many other small businesses reach out to me during this time and offer me space, whether it be literally inside their store, next to their store, out front. I've had so much support and just like grace from the small business community, and it's really made me feel so included and so like accepted by the community. So I just wanted to start with that before I jump into how you can find me and where you can find me. So I will be scheduling a lot of pop-up events while I'm going through this kind of difficult navigation with my store. But you can follow me on Instagram or on Facebook. So Instagram, my handle is Shop Cassandra Co. And then on Facebook, I'm just Cassandra Co. And you can find me. I have links to my Facebook from Instagram, and I have links to Instagram from my Facebook. So you can find me there. And I am an avid social media user. I post to my story like 1,000 times a day. I'm constantly posting like pics, reels, and I always put my schedule out there. So if I'm going to be at an event, make sure you follow me on social media because you'll be able to find out all the information, how, when, where, what time, all the
Gotcha.
goings on.
And we do have her linked. We have you linked to this post as well on our Facebook page. So you can just click on her Facebook link, and then that'll help get you there as well.
Perfect. And I love following your stories and the little reels, and like you come on screen and then you have a different outfit on and I'm like, oh my gosh, I like that one too. So how did you get so good at the social part of this? Is that just because that's your generation, or did you really have to work at it?
You flatter me.
Yeah.
I am so intimidated by social media, actually. I just honestly practice. I go on my FYP and I'm just like, okay, what are other people like me doing? What's working for other boutiques? And that's not always going to be the same. Like what works for one boutique isn't going to work always for another. But I get a lot of inspiration just like looking like, okay, like what's out there? What's trending? What's the audio that's trending? And just practicing editing, because there were so many times that I wanted to do like fun transition videos. And I'm like, this is so much work. I don't have time to do this all day long. So trying to make like really quick transition videos or something where I could just like cut to another sequence is something that I've tried to get really good at.
Yeah, you're good at it.
Yeah.
Don't let it intimidate you.
Thank
You
you.
are good at it. And I'm hoping that, something that we did chat about, I think we talked about this too, is maybe doing a fall fashion show
Oh, yeah, we did.
with Cassandra,
Mhm.
and then also some of the other boutiques. I think that our downtown would love that, especially, we always try to promote the businesses, especially around Small Business Saturday and downtown days coming up and everything. So I hope that we can get that together.
I think that would be so much fun, and I think people would absolutely love it. Fashion shows are so cool, and you get to see a mix of all the boutiques together.
Yes.
And you get to see like, okay, how can I take this top that I just got at Mainstream and how can I make it work with something that I got from Cassandra Co. or from the
Yes.
Boulevard? Like you can really take and like blend all of those together, and it shows people they have so many options.
We could do a
Absolutely.
competition,
How so?
like a design competition, like
Okay.
with the different. We'll table this for later, but like different products from different businesses,
I
and
love
then
this.
like put it together somehow.
I love this.
Ooh,
And now it's
yeah.
your idea and I'm running with it because usually I have to bring her something and she has to talk me down.
Yeah, it's just an idea. We'll
Nope,
table
nope,
it for
we'll do
later.
it, we'll do
I
it.
love that. I love that. Like, whose outfit was best?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Little voting.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little friendly competition.
I love
But it
this.
wouldn't be all of your products, so you would have to be using other businesses' products too.
Yeah.
I love that.
Collaboration at its finest.
Okay. I'm all for it. So, what about your husband? Is he all in on everything that you do, and how is he involved?
He is. He's like my biggest supporter. I couldn't ask for a better partner, honestly. Like, he was so into this dream of mine, and he was like, you know what? He's like, because I told him, I'm like, I think I want to leave my corporate job and I think I want to open a brick and mortar. Like, I've been doing this online for a while and I've been doing these pop ups and I just really think I can do it. And he was like, I think you can do it. He was like, like, we just got married. We're young. He's like, we don't have kids yet. He's like, it's always going to be hard. He's like, don't get me wrong. Starting a business is not easy. He goes, but I'll tell you what. He goes, it's probably going to be 10 times harder when you've got a toddler clinging to your hip.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
And I was
It
like,
is, yes.
so true. So he was like, all in. He's like, I think if you go for it, he's like, you go for it now. And we find out if it's going to work. And I will just say that, like, I have had him do so much, like, manual labor for free in my store. Like, sorry, but he doesn't get paid to do any of that. He just he just does it for me. And with the pop-ups and everything, he's packed and unpacked my car so many times, and he never bats an eye. If I say, okay, hon, we got to go pack up the car, he's like, okay, let's do it,
Yeah. Aw, I love that.
That's great. And you said you guys are coming up on your 1-year anniversary.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When is your 1 year?
August 19th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
So,
So
yeah.
it's been a big year for you.
It's been a really big year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember on New Year's, we were at the Roxy in Rochester, and I told Colin, he was like, what's your New Year's resolution? I said, I'm opening a brick and mortar this year.
Aw.
And I did.
Yeah.
That's
5 months
amazing.
later,
You did.
I had a store. He was
Yes.
like, let's make it happen. I was like,
Aw.
yes.
Oh, that
Love
is so
that.
cool.
It is so cool.
Oh my gosh, to be young and have energy. What's that like? Do you remember those days though?
You have a lot of energy.
I pretend to have a lot of energy.
Well, you do have a lot of energy
Yeah.
compared to the average
Yeah.
bear.
Espresso helps.
Yes.
Yes.
Lots of
Yes.
espresso.
One thing that I have to say is, we love having you in the downtown and just that fresh and young vibe that you
Mhm.
bring.
The excitement.
We are so blessed to have as many boutiques as we do downtown and just retail shopping, because the one thing that I see in a lot of the downtowns is what they're missing. And for us, that really creates walkability. So from a downtown perspective and a DDA perspective, we love and want you to stay, because I think it is such a big deal to have that in a downtown. And it really does make a downtown.
And from a selfish perspective,
Yes,
I love having
always.
it close, right?
Yes.
To be able to pop in and not have to drive as far.
Right. You
So
don't have to
you're
go to the
at
mall.
yeah, right. So you're at the market tonight. What else do you have over the next week?
Yeah. So tonight, open air market, and then tomorrow I'll actually be at Coyote Joe's.
Okay.
Right. So that's Coyote Joe's. Yep. In Shelby, I think it's in Shelby Township, right?
Okay.
Is that
I'm
how
not-
where it is?
know.
I think that's the cool place to go for the youngins.
Is
It
it?
is.
Okay. Well,
They-
that's why we
Yeah,
don't know about
I
it.
know.
Okay.
I heard it from the interns.
Oh.
I personally have not been there.
That's the only youngness we have in our life, the interns.
I actually don't know what city it's technically in, but Coyote Joe's, if you know, they do the line dancing. I think they do on like Thursday nights. They do
Yeah.
line dancing classes, and they do like small concerts every now and then too. They'll have like a pretty well-known band show up. But they have a girls' night out tomorrow, which is really
Oh.
fun. It starts at 8:00. It's $10 tickets. You can buy online, or you can get them at the door if they're not sold out by tomorrow night. And they're gonna have vendors. They're gonna have a DJ. They're gonna have food trucks. They're gonna have like photo backdrop walls
Oh,
where you can
fun.
take
Very
selfies
cool.
and music. It's just gonna be really, really fun. So that was kind of a last minute event that I got pulled into. But if you follow Things to Do Metro Detroit, they post so many events in the Metro Detroit area, and that was one of the events that they had going on. So I'm going to go there tomorrow night, and I think it's going to be a really good time.
Yeah.
That sounds
Excellent.
fun.
Hmm.
We should have a girls' night.
Okay. That's great.
Okay.
Anything else you would like to add or chat about?
Just, follow me on my socials. Get to know me there. I get new inventory like every week. I constantly have fresh styles rotating in. If you need style inspiration, I love to do like outfit inspo videos. And I'm gonna start doing regular lives on TikTok as well. So if you follow me on TikTok, it's the same handle as my Instagram shop, Cassandra Co. I'll do live sales there. Gonna try and get on a weekly rotation. So make sure to stay updated with me.
Awesome.
What is your favorite outfit right now in your store
Ooh,
that
this
you
is a
could
good
buy?
one.
Like if I went on your website right now that I could put together and buy, what is your favorite?
So tough.
I know, I'm sorry.
My favorite. Oh gosh.
The hard hitting questions.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it might be the one I have on right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to walk it. Can you stand up so we
yeah.
can see?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cute.
that's cute.
So cute. Very good.
So the skirt is Michelle McDowell. That's a really kind of a Lily Pulitzer kind of brand. So she's Southern, and then the tank is just like it's the perfect fit ribbed tank on my website right now.
Okay.
Cool.
Excellent. Very
Yay.
cute. And do you want to show your purse that you
Oh
made?
yeah, I'll show my purse. I'll show my purse all day long.
So
Perfect.
cute.
Yep. Very cute.
I did this for my bachelorette party last summer, right before the Barbie movie came out, and I dressed up as the Margot Robbie Barbie with the pink and white gingham.
So cute.
I love it.
that. She comes strolling down the hallway today, and I was like, we kind of bumped into each other like right around the corner over here, and I was like, oh my gosh, you look so cute. You're so summery and very
I
vibrant.
love all the colors.
Yes.
You definitely have a lot of color in your
Yeah.
store. It's so beautiful.
I love color. I'm fighting back against big beige.
There you go. And I love the fact that you can have a clear purse because I could never do that.
I mean, I have stuff.
You are
sitting
so
out.
organized.
I'm just thinking about all like the granola bar crumbs
Yep.
and like
Oh, all the
gum
kids stuff
wrappers
packed in.
and
Yeah.
all the things. But
You reach in and you just come out with
You
like
just-
a
yeah, just
handful of
stuff.
crumbs and
if you're ever
sticky.
hungry,
Just reach into Kelly's purse.
Oh, just wait. Once you have kids,
I
you'll understand.
know. Oh gosh.
oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for coming and spending some time with us today. We're so happy to have you. Despite the challenges that you're facing right now, we want to support you in any way that we can. And so we're excited to have you at the market tonight. And anything you need, obviously, just keep us posted.
Thank you so much. It was so great being on the podcast. And like I said, everybody's been so supportive and so welcoming. So it's so very appreciated, especially being such a new business.
Yeah.
So the community is awesome and the DDA is awesome. So thank you so much.
Thank
you.
you.
I know that's one of the things that I continue to hear from our guests is the community of the business owners. And I will never tire of hearing that.
Yes.
Because it's such a beautiful situation to be in, to have that support in a situation like you're in and having people reach out and offer help and want to be there and see you succeed. Because I know not all downtowns, I know not all business owners are as collaborative and supportive. So it's just really heartwarming to hear that.
Agreed. Yeah, I definitely think that if we can continue on that path, that's what really makes a successful downtown.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's up, Miss Kelly?
No, nothing. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's been busy,
It
but
has
it
been
always
busy.
is. But we had a lot this week with just some big meetings, some development meetings, Oakland County meetings, and a lot of great things that are coming. But even with those great things, it is a lot of work.
Yep.
And then today's our biggest day of the week with the market and with the concert. So it's all good though.
Yeah, we kicked off cornhole earlier this week.
Yes.
So that was super fun. I think a lot of positive feedback on that. So that's rolling. We unfortunately had to cancel our line dancing second session just
Yes.
due to a lack of interest, but we're looking at different options for maybe some other types of dancing through the fall into the winter. Um, yeah, and we still have our wind down Wednesdays and car shows on Wednesday,
Our
and
trolley's running Friday and Saturdays with
and
the,
yeah,
and
the peddler pub peddler. What is the bike shop?
Polly and
Polly
Peddlers.
and
Yes.
Peddlers. Yeah, I felt like kind of a ignorant, for lack of a better word, is when I pulled up to do cornhole on Tuesday. There was a huge group of bikers together, and Larry came over, the owner of Oxford Bike Shop, came over and was playing cornhole. And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you guys had another group. I thought it was on Sunday. It's Tuesday. Why? That's a really, really big group." And he's like, "Oh no, that's homegrowns."
Yes.
And so I did not connect that in the moment, but now I remember that
Yeah,
because
there's quite a few, I think, different
yeah.
bike groups around. And it's so funny that you mentioned that because Larry texted me this morning and said, Bike racks, Cal. And I'm like, oh,
Oh,
yeah, they actually get here Monday finally.
oh, good,
So we'll have
good.
bike racks back there for
Yeah.
that public space because it does seem that more people are, coming into the downtown
Mhm,
either on foot or bike.
mhm.
So I think that'll be nice.
Yeah, there was a huge group, and then to think that they pop into either homegrown or grab
That's
cap
what it's all
after.
about.
Yeah, it was wonderful. So it's been a busy week. It's going to be busy tonight. Who do we have for our band tonight?
I'm so excited about this. So this is RSO, but it's a band that's like the big band era.
Mhm.
And so 30s, 40s, Sinatra hits. And I think they're bringing, is it 12 different
So
instruments?
that's a great question. I did not confirm the number, but when
Okay.
he gave me his kind of bio of the band, it was 17-piece band.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't know if all 17 people are coming because that's going to be a very tight squeeze in our little
Yes.
gazebo. So I don't know how we're going to work that logistically, but it'll work out. It'll be great. We're going to have a good time tonight. I'm excited for
Yeah.
this one
I'm
too.
excited for this one. For me, it's become less of who's playing, but more of the entire experience
Mhm.
together. And I think a lot of people feel that way, no matter if they are excited about the genre of music or not.
Yeah.
They're meeting their friends, they're visiting the restaurants and shopping beforehand,
Mhm.
coming to the market, and
Mhm.
then letting their kids run crazy and
Yep.
pop a bunch of balloons. So it's really become a
Yeah.
really fun night out for families in downtown.
Yeah, it's interesting because when we were setting up the concerts, and I know we got a lot of feedback from people around, maybe not selecting certain bands this year that we have in the past. And what we were trying to do this year was really offer some new options, some new sounds. And so we went kind of with a tribute band theme and tried to hit a couple different genres. Um, but it's interesting because we were wondering if we were going to still get the participation for some of these more like specific
Yeah, more
bands.
niche bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we
And we
really have.
did. Yeah. It's been great.
Yeah, it's been good. And we have strategic planning on Monday,
We
which
do.
is
It's
going to be
good.
good, but a lot of thought that goes into something like that, right? Because
Mhm.
we're really talking about, okay, what does Oxford look like in the next 3 to 5 years? And that's a lot of pressure. So I'm glad that we don't have to decide that. And we have a lot of people who are coming together to share their ideas so
Yep.
that it's really more collaborative
Yeah.
and it's not all on us.
Yeah. No, it'll be good because then we can get the framework together and then just really start working on the details of where do we want to go? Where do we want to see ourselves in that time frame?
Yeah. And besides for that, couple new businesses opening next week. Scott's Toys on the corner, the back
Mhm.
portion of Modern Marketplace. Gracefully Crafted by Lori is
Yep.
also in that space. And then Summer Sundays, I believe, has either a week
Woo!
or two. They're waiting on DTE for power, but they should be opening their doors too.
I am so excited for this. This is such an exciting. For those that don't know, Summer Sundays is going to be an custard
Custard. Hmm.
custard shop. And so, do you know details about like is it, toppings, kind of like a
I don't
okay.
know for sure. I do know that they're going to be serving outside of the window this
Okay.
year and then take this fall and winter to redo the inside so
Got it.
then they can have seating inside. So I
Okay.
don't know if it'll be a little more simple to
Basic,
start.
yeah.
And then next year, I mean, really,
Yeah.
really vamp it up.
Either way,
Yeah.
it's awesome to have that option so close by.
Yes.
Yay.
I know. It's great. Bad for the waistline. Great for all of us that have kids.
We'll
you know?
just sample it.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
sampling it.
Exactly.
Oh, well, all right. We'll see you next
We'll see
week
you next
then.
week. Yeah, have a great
All
week,
right.
everyone.